So we're here with Ed Duncan, the master of beach wrestling. Fargo Beach, right?
Fargo Beach, right by the water tower.
That's right, by the water tower.
It's the water tower. It's right by the
it's
water.
Right there,
it really
right?
is by the water, right?
That's it. There's water here.
That's right. Except there's not water at the beach.
Yeah, no, we're at the volleyball gastropub here in Fargo, and this has been site of 2 years of beach wrestling here during the junior and 16U nationals. How did it go this year? 3 days of wrestling.
We're having a great time out here today. It's finally getting to the men's division, about 3 times as big as last year, which was the first run through. And girls killed it out here. On Sunday, there were over 100 ladies here for that event. We had a great turnout from the local crowd, the seniors and masters, as well as the little guys came out on Friday night to kick off the whole week of Fargo. So we've had perfect weather. It's been a great, relaxed atmosphere. A great place to get away from the dome and have some fun and still be doing some wrestling.
Has the word getting out? I mean, people find you and say, hey, I'm thinking about doing this?
Absolutely. I think people are starting to fall in love with beach wrestling, and you know, we got kids from all over the country here. I don't know, I haven't counted how many states, but I know there's at least about 15 or 20 states here represented today. And so yeah, the word's getting out. We're headed all across the country this summer with a tour of America, going out to Lake of the Ozarks here in a couple of weeks, and then on out to California, Biloxi, Mississippi, back up to Hampton Roads, Virginia, for a couple of events there in Virginia. So New Jersey, I know they're getting ready to do some events in New Jersey. So everywhere we go, people are like, can we do beach wrestling? Can we, you know, it just had a couple of events in Iowa, Rathburn Lake, Independence. I think there was another one that just happened last weekend, actually, while we've been here in Fargo. So just everywhere you look, it's popping, and of course you can find all that information on themat.com under /beach on the events page, which is nice. That makes it easier for people to find. So yeah, it's growing. You know, it's the fastest growing style of wrestling in the world, and certainly I think the United States is part of that.
So has the challenge out here been finding the right time to have the tournament? There's just so much going on at Fargo.
Absolutely. You know, the schedule here in Fargo is the schedule here in Fargo for freestyle and Greco. Obviously, the new schedule this year, today's the day off, so this is kind of nice to have something to do with your kids on the day off. Maybe the ones that are finished up with freestyle and aren't going to be wrestling Greco, it's another thing for them to do while they're in Fargo, to get some more handshakes and some more sand time is mat time, we like to say. It's also a lot of fun. It's a real challenge, and you know, it's really not easy. So it's not like they can just come out here and hang loose. They're getting a good workout in as well. But yeah, fitting it into the schedule with Fargo, that's a little bit of a challenge, but we're working those things out. That's just growing pains, and we're glad to have those kind of growing pains to work with.
But you're setting an example for people anywhere, right? There's a lot of these outdoor beach volleyball opportunities where people could hook up, and of course so many communities have either seashore or lake sand that they can get to. You pretty much can do this anywhere, huh?
Absolutely. You know, obviously if you live on the coast, you've got the coastline. If you're interior like we are here in North Dakota, lots of these volleyball places all across the country. You know, sand sports in general is one of the fastest segments of the fastest growing segments of sports entertainment. So whether it's sand soccer or sand volleyball or sand handball, I think they even play that. You know, there's a lot of different sand sports and what they all use is sand space, right? So beach wrestling fits in anywhere there's some sand space. And you know, my experience with dealing with the folks here at Gastropub Volleyball, dealing with folks at other volleyball establishments that have sand space, they love having wrestlers there because it's a new clientele for them. It's a new group of people coming in the door and seeing what they have to offer. So it's you know, like I said, anywhere you go in the country, you can find sand space.
So Tour America, you guys keep standings, and I mean, how's that been received as you update that throughout the year?
It's good. We had Maren Anderson was our first Tour of America Grand Champion last year. We're looking for a new Grand Champion this year, so we'll see who that's going to be. And yep, we keep points going throughout the year at all our tour events, and add them up at the end and see who's the top of the heap.
Yeah, and so, you know, we had a disappointment a couple weeks back when the World Beach Games got canceled, and we'd gone through a whole process of picking a great team, getting an excellent coach ready to go, But you know, there's still opportunities to wrestle at Beach World Series and World Championships for the age group kids.
That's exactly right. We're still headed to Romania. The Beach Wrestling World Series still has 2 stops left this year. Hopefully something's going to come out. UWW is going to find some way to give the beach wrestling community another opportunity at the world level, with the maybe to in lieu of the Anarch Games, or we'll see what happens with that, right? I mean, the Olympics have been canceled before, they've been postponed, they've been boycotted, right? The Anarch Games, the first rodeo of that was in 2019. Those got moved from one location to another. So, you know, that's part of international sports. Probably the part that us as athletes and coaches hate the most is not having those opportunities for our athletes that they prepared for. But at the same time, we talk about overcoming adversity and hanging in there and moving on to the next challenge, and that's what we have to do. And so that's exactly what the beach wrestling community is going to do. We're going to regroup and move forward and find the next opportunity and take advantage of it.
Now, you found a real core group of referees that enjoy this, another group of people that like hosting events, right?
Absolutely.
So there is a beach wrestling community here.
Oh, absolutely. You know, the officials community has really, excuse me, that was a huge throw right there. The officials community has really embraced beach wrestling. They love the opportunity to get outside and relax and have a good time with their friends. The atmosphere, the camaraderie, just being outside at the beach is a little bit more relaxing, less stressful than sometimes the mat wrestling can be. So, yeah, they've been great. Todd Blank out in California, our USWA official of the year, has been leading the movement in California. Tim Condit has been another great leader for us that's doing great things. And of course, I got to give a shout out to our guys in North Carolina, guys like Neil Duro and PJ Smith that have been around for years, that have been early leaders in the beach movement and doing a great job. So
in the future, you know, does it look like this is going to continue to grow in Fargo, or do you think that the numbers were up year 2 are going to be up year 3, be up year 4?
If USA Wrestling keeps offering beach wrestling here in Fargo, it's going to explode. It's a gold mine waiting to be mined, and I think the guys that are coming out and trying it are loving it. It's another opportunity here in Fargo to get time to compete. It's legitimate competition. This is not some made-up fantasy thing. This is legitimate, real, hardcore wrestling, good wrestling, exciting wrestling. That's the thing. Folks love watching it, and of course they love being at the beach. So, yeah, we got plenty of room to grow here, whether it's a gastropub or if we have some other place we go. But this is a great place here. Got to put a plug in for the folks here because they do a great job hosting us.
Well, hey, we look forward to seeing this down the future. We'll be doing an article just with all the results from the week this week, and got a lot of photographers left shooting this stuff.
Oh,
too.
yeah. All the good photographers are out here today, so we're excited to see what they come up with today.
Excellent.
Awesome. Thanks, Gary.
Appreciate you, man.